people should express theirs. It will soon express other opinions stronger than this. So people should be prepared. That means wishing death wish. I mean, the advert of the death wish on General Muhammadu Buhari is just a child's play, that the governor is coming with more deadlier, sponsored adverts like that. I want Barrister to talk to us on this. What's your take?
Well, when this advert came out, it wasn't highlighted by a number of people. But if you say it was on the front page of the Punch, I know it was in a few national media.
Yes, a number of them.
The presidential campaign,
specifically the Punch, specifically the Punch, because it's widely. I mean, it's read more. It's like the Sun here.
I've got the advert in front of me here. Again, if you Google it, you'll see it. Now, it's an advert that wasn't sponsored by PDP. It was sponsored by an individual, and I hasten to add, a highly respected individual member of the party. He's a figurehead. I agree, he's a governor of a state. So he's a focal point for people in his catchment area. So things that he says will obviously attract attention. Now let's go to the advert itself. He doesn't say it's death wish. So that is a gloss that we put on it. But you can see the distaste in the advert, even though it's an individual expressing his view.
Okay.
Now, there are things you can put out that are factual. There are so many factual things about that advert. But the way that it has been portrayed, or the way that it has carelessly been put out, doesn't, in my opinion, bring the message. Now, one thing that strikes you straight away is that the 4 people, previous leaders who is highlighted, happen to be all from the Northwest, just by coincidence.
Okay.
And they met their demise while they were in government. And what he's, in my opinion, if I was to interpret...
But is that not like disrespecting them? Isn't he disrespecting them?
It's a statement of fact that they were leaders. It's a statement of fact that they led the country. It's a statement of fact that they're all from the Northwest. Okay. It's also a statement of fact that they did not complete their tenures in office. So we're not wishing anybody statements of
how much tenure.
And what we're saying to Nigerians is perhaps we don't want fate to repeat itself in future. And maybe rather than going back to this Northwest, let us look elsewhere.
You justify it.
Let us look elsewhere. Perhaps that is another way of interpreting.
Okay. That's
people say so. I say no.
Okay.
This is campaigning that you don't go that way. Let's look the other way. You might not even bring back good luck, but look to another zone. Okay. Because Nigerians may be just.
Let me take this call from Vincent.
Nigerians may be
hello, Vincent. Thanks for calling. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Birmingham.
Okay, Vincent. Talk to us.
Yeah, thank you very much. Well, it's just unfortunate that we have to sit down there and for somebody. I'm referring the question to Barrister.
Okay.
It's just unfortunate, really, where we don't address issues. There are quite a lot of questions I want to ask Barrister, but I just want to take him on what he said concerning the Chibok girl. Number one, how can you say that you are showing empathy? Because he mentioned the family of the Chibok girls. They show lots of compassion. How can you sit on a telly, on a program in UK, Britain for that matter, and you are telling the viewers that Jonathan is showing a lot of compassion, when on the same day when Paris happened, when the terrorist attack happened in Paris, and a similar thing happened in Baghdad, Jonathan was one of the first leaders that sent
condolence message.
Yes, message. So, whereas he has not even addressed that same way, he never bothered to address the Baghdad incident, the unfortunate thing that happened. 2,000 people there, 2,000 citizens, and you sit down there and you are telling the whole world right there that Jonathan is showing a lot of compassion. What kind of compassion is he showing? You remember the same Jonathan went to Maiduguri without visiting the church, their family. So ask him, what kind of compassion, what kind of empathy?
Thank you very much, Vincent. Thank you very much. Thanks for calling, Vincent from Birmingham. Thank you so much. So, Tsuba, okay, you're talking.
Yeah, but do you go now, if I quickly can add to what Mr. Vincent, the last caller, is input. Take it from this way. We have a situation when this incident happened, like I said before, it took the president to acknowledge that girls of number 217 have been taken away. It took him 15 days or 19 days before yeah. And thereafter, ever since, it's almost 1 year now. And how many times did these parents of these people, 7 of them, almost 11 of them have died from this agony. Many of them are still suffering. They don't even know what the fate of these girls are going to be. Even the former president, Obasanjo, came out and said, you know, you're not going to get them in full. And many people came out and said, let us help. The president did not allow them to help. If he has allowed them to help, we can now say today, he allowed them today, he allowed people to help, but we did not get any result.
Okay.
You see, the problem again, we don't put values on human beings in Nigeria. Because if we put values on human beings, you understand me? There's certain things that is happening as we speak, it will never happen. You will not openly, 2015, leave human beings perpetually in darkness.
Okay.
Days long. When you have disabled people, vulnerable people, elderly people, children, people who have just come from hospital, you put them permanently in darkness. And you know what? This is also a government that has a long list of things they're supposed to do, they have not done it.
Okay.
And I think that is not right. The people of Nigeria have the right for a change.
Should we look at the certificate issue now? Would you like to respond to Vincent?
I would certainly love to look at the certificate issue, but I also don't want to leave the studio shelving any of the questions that our listeners and viewers have raised. On the issue of sympathy and empathy,
and response or responding.
Vincent himself has made my point for me. When I said that we have a president who is compassionate, there was a crisis in France. He didn't go there, but he did what he needed to do and express on behalf of the Nigerian people our empathy and sympathy with that situation. Now, if you're saying to me that you want Mr. President to be on the front page of the newspapers or in front of the screen every day showing empathy to the Chibok girls, that's just not practical.
This is not what Mr. President said. The situation
he said,
let me speak to this caller.
He said we left Nigeria.
Hello, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, I'm Soldier Boy calling from Kent.
What's your name?
Soldier Boy.
Okay. Where are you calling from?
Kent, please.
Kent.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you want to say to us?
Just to shed a bit of light into what the barrister said earlier on in regards to the advert. I think the barrister is not actually sincere to himself. I think it's a bit biased with what he just said earlier on. It doesn't matter where the leaders are from. We should generally speak as Nigerians, not because they are all northerners, right? And you say, oh yeah, Abacha died, Murtala Mohammed died, Yaradua died, and question mark on Buhari died, but actually died. Now, if we have to look at it, you will see that Goodluck Jonathan is not competent to rule a country like Nigeria. I think Nigeria is just too big for him to handle. He's not a decision maker. So that's what I think. And please, if you want to invite someone else to speak on national TV, I don't think people like Barrister should not be there. The Barrister is just there. Because his opinion in regards to the
answer. No, I'm sorry. I wouldn't take that from you. Boy, I won't take that from you. That's your name? I didn't really get it initially because he actually went out of his way to be here and he's representing the PDP UK. And we're really, really happy
No,
that we have
that is
someone
not
that is
acceptable.
person.
I
That's
agree
not
with
acceptable.
that. No,
Yes, of
I
course.
agree.
I won't take that for me. Well, thank you so much for calling. I want to take us into the certificate issue. Barrister, are you telling us that the PDP is not okay with the certificate of General Muhammadu Buhari? He has. This is the fourth time he's contested. He has contested against Obasanjo. If he doesn't have his